Good evening. The transformation of Birmingham New Street Station will be completed by September next year. The new station and a shopping centre called Grand Central will all open that month.
Well, New Street Station has been regarded as a national joke for many years because of the gloomy 60s architecture. But the hope is it will re-emerge as something spectacular.
Well, in a moment, we'll be speaking to Jerry Blackett from the Chamber of Commerce about the impact the new development will have. But first, Keith Wilkinson has been to have a look at how the brand new New Street is progressing.
A massive engineering project, the roof of the station is taking shape. And overlooking it, part of the Grand Central shopping complex, the huge new John Lewis store, 250,000 square feet of it. The shell of the store is there, but there's plenty to do yet on the station and the shops.
Well, there's still quite a lot of construction work, as you can imagine. I mean, at the moment we're standing in this wonderful atrium, and we still need to demolish 6,000 tonnes of concrete over 2 floors to enable it to floodlight down onto the new concourse. So that's a really big engineering feat that we're planning at the moment, and we've also got quite a lot of fit-out work to be done at concourse level.
This is going to be one of the largest John Lewis's in the whole of the country, and it's coming here to the middle of Birmingham in the middle of Grand Central, which is a new shopping destination. John Lewis had been wanting to come into Birmingham for a very long time, and with the building of Grand Central right above New Street Station, it's given them the opportunity to open a really big store right in the middle of the city. But it's not just John Lewis. Grand Central is also bringing about 40 other shops and 20 restaurants and cafes right into the centre of the city.
The project is not without controversy. The finish depends on shiny cladding like this, and at the moment problems mean some of that cladding can't be done as originally planned.
As you can imagine, on the most complex construction job over a live railway in Europe, we've had a lot of challenges over the last 4 or 5 years. And in terms of the bridge at Navigation Street, we've had some issues about the loading of the cladding on the existing 1980 structure. But we've listened to what the planning committee and certain people in Birmingham have said, and we've gone away to consider our options.
September 2015 is the newly announced opening date. After that, they're expecting more than 50 million people will pass through every year. Keith Wilkinson, ITV News.
Well, another impressive change to the Birmingham landscape. We're joined now in the studio by Jerry Blackett from the Greater Birmingham Chamber of Commerce. Jerry, thanks for coming in. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Well, we've just seen that impressive film there of the work that's been going on. The development, though, is, well, it's still not finished.
Well, an analogy is it's like rewiring a jumbo jet while it's in flight. It's been that complex to keep a railway station open and create this sort of destination that we're about to enjoy. It slipped, for sure, but I think the right call has been made to launch it all in one go. John Lewis could have opened early on its own, but I think the company has been absolutely spot on by saying if we save everything for a grand launch, the wow factor will more than compensate us. And do you know, we waited 15 years for New Street. I think we can wait a few more months to get it right.
OK, so you're confident you're going to get that grand opening in September, and that's September next year. What about the impact it's had, though, on local businesses? Because there have been complaints, haven't there?
Well, I think there's always concerns that when something big like this comes in, it's going to take the food off the table of the existing businesses. But, you know, I've been around long enough to remember when we were planning the Bullring relaunch, and the local traders then very worried about that. Can you imagine now Birmingham without a Bullring? And it's all to do with footfall. When you get a destination like this right, you get more visitors coming into the city. Those visitors will stray from New Street, they will stray into the Bullring, they'll stray into the local traders. And I think we should be really confident that there's something in this for everybody, not just within the city, but within the region. This will really put us as a destination alongside everything else we've been doing in recent years.
So you think you make a big difference then to people outside of retail? Because I mean, obviously there's the shops are going to benefit and the new stores and people will be very happy spending their money, but are other businesses away from retail going to see any difference at all?
Yeah, I think everybody's learned now that you can't just create a shopping centre. You've got to create some kind of broader experience, something that there'll be use of public art, some use of the restaurants for sure, but also kind of the way you travel people. We've learned a lot about how you travel people around the city so that you draw them towards the mailbox. You open up the south side of the city. You know, between now trying to get into the Hippodrome in the Chinese Quarter is an awkward move. This sort of stuff creates you the opportunity to create a sort of seamless city, one that takes you over to East Side. It's going to be a cracking September.
Tell us about the budget then, because we know we are over in terms of time, but what about budget?
Well, it's pretty good on budget, 600 million for the railway station and 150 million to redo the Palisades. That's about where the project thought it would be, which is, I think, a testament. There used to be a point in this country where we thought we couldn't do big projects on budget. Well, this one is about on budget. And it's 1,000 jobs. You know, the other thing we learned from the bullring was when you do this, get local people into those jobs, and the huge amount of work going on that City Council's organising, so that local people will be first in the queue for the 1,000 jobs as well.
Okay, Jerry, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. The former home